Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. Remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Imperator Rome. We're on to episode number 20 in our Let's Become Gaul series with Lemavizia. Grown from just a very, very small migrating tribe nation into a settled tribe, into one that's becoming more and more civilized all the time, and we've caught somebody red-handed. Yeah, we'll just have him flogged for that one. Alright, so we have some important decisions as we go forward. For one thing, I've still got a good amount of aggressive expansion that's going to take a little bit of time to go away, so I will not be declaring another war too soon. So with that in mind, we kind of look to a few things. One, the economy. Two, of course, continuing our advances in technology, trying to gain on others. So that's going to involve continuing that process of promoting citizens. We do have the need to work on the provinces and their loyalty, as well as I had another one that they're above that 33 threshold, but they were dropping quickly, and I've got to keep an eye out for that. Try to catch them before they hit 33%. But there's different ways of dealing with that. For one, try to keep the stability up. But trying to lower that aggressive expansion certainly is going to help. Another thing I need to look into that it's time for is starting to change some of the laws. And again, it comes right back to what I'm constantly in need of right now, which is oratory power. That is what is holding this up first and foremost, besides the economy. But all those gifts from the neighbors continue to help us with that. And of course, the target of becoming Gaul. We still have one city, a second city, both of those we now border. A third city down here. We've still got a ways to travel to get down to that one. We've got one city up here that we're going to need to get after. We still have 3 to this northeast area. We have 3 to the north that we still need to get after as well. You can see that Menapia currently control 4. Well, depending on who this yeah, that does belong to Menapia. So 4 cities belong to Menapia that we need. And that's going to be tricky. We don't need this whole section, but we will need to get this peninsula, which, oh gosh, I know which, I know the name of this because this is the Normandy coastline right here. Well, anyway, we do need to get that little neck of the woods. We don't need to take this whole area away from Menapia. However, with other nations in the way, either we're going to have to deal with them first, or we take this away from Menapia initially and then come back after Menapia again later, and kind of just open with that. At the same time, right now, that does help clean up our borders a bit if we were to do that. But plenty of work still to become Gaul. So we've taken over a good chunk of what we need, but there's still a good amount that we need. This one too. But that expansion, that continued expansion, is definitely going to wait a little bit. Again, we are way behind on tech, and so we need that. We do have another one coming soon, and there's an unfortunate loss. And that does hurt us. Our research speed just dropped a bit in civics. Speed things back up here. Got 6.1 still to go, which means it's going to take us about 10 months. Just lost another commander, and let's see, in terms of loyal units, there's just one. Let's go ahead and take that one away. We are not going to assign, but we do have a Scorn family, so maybe we'll find one of them, put them in charge. There you go. That'll make that go away. Dropping the aggressive expansion more quickly, that's good. Everything else is good up here. Economy is still something that's hurting. I've done a little bit to address that. I did delete a couple forts. We could potentially delete more, but that's definitely not our big cost. It's the army and our wages. We just have such big land right now that we're spending a lot. And while we could cut those wages down by 25%, the loyalty is going to drop away. So we stick with normal wages and keep it going. Taxes could go more, but what do we lose? Research points, not a chance. The commerce one, you can see that's a good boost, and we're getting so much from commerce right now. There you go. Hey, level 7 in tech. Ooh. There we go. We got 3 things. Aggressive expansion impact. I like it. I like it. That's good. Diplo range. Oh boy. That's probably going to get us in range of Rome, I would think. And last one. Aggressive expansion change. A good advancement as well, and now we have 777 and 1-6, the religious advances, the one that's still quite a ways behind, and they're about to get lapped by the civic advances. It looks like it could hit 8 nearly before this hits 7, but it does appear that it's now gaining a little bit slower. Anapia is expanding their borders to the northeast, but they're doing so through colonization, it looks like. Ooh, big gold gain right there, and a local tax. It's going to cost us 25 loyalty on that one guy. Yeah, let's do it. Boom, big gold surge, and for that, I need to spend a little bit. We need to build some marketplaces, huh? Let's go in and around the capital. Okay. Good, that'll help the economy a little bit. Where are we at right now? Minus 4.17 per month. We'll see how that is after those are done. It's not going to be a massive boost, but in the long term, it'll add up. Meanwhile, we'll just keep an eye on our disloyal provinces. Heresia is very soon going to break that 33 threshold. Thank you. Those gifts always are welcome. I don't pay attention to who they're coming from, so they really have zero impact on whether I murder you or not. But at least you're giving me something I need. There we go, there goes the last one. Alright, how are we looking now? We'll wait one more tick on that because I think the last couple were already after. So yeah, it's helpful. And that's about 0.4 gold per month. It's better than it was. 0.4 is better than nothing. And we're down to 4 disloyal provinces now. And even Heijua is actually gaining now 0.02. So that aggressive expansion down under 20. Starting to have a bigger impact. Alps, Greya is going to break that 33 threshold before too long, but 0.07 is a somewhat slow gain, so we could probably do a little more with that. But we do have some oratory power, so we have some options. Manpower is nicely recovered, though it's far from its maximum. So that part's ready to go for the next war, but the aggressive expansion certainly isn't. I'm not worried about having an unmarried ruler, as we don't need any more kids, and he's an old man anyway. Now, Sononia is gaining quick, so we're not going to worry about that one. But here we go, Alps Greya. Let's maybe promote a few more freemen, huh? And be done with that. And that's all we took was the one. Wow, that is expensive. That is expensive. Yeah, we can't afford that. Sorry, not happening. Okay, we can promote a few tribesmen as well. And there we go. Go all citizens. That just about takes care of the unrest there. It's all governor corruption. Wonder it's not going any faster. There was no unrest otherwise. That's all just his corruption. Either way, it's still good for the research side of things. We're up to 158 points now. Oh, hello, hello! The old man has passed away. Meeting of the clans. After the death of Donis Nisamidi, they elect Lukai. 7655. He's 38 years old. He's got full health. He's prominent. He's only about 50% popular. Everybody else loses 20 loyalty with the changeover. That does drop one of them to a 37. That's a little bit worrying. Stability, we need to recover that. That'll be easy enough. By the way, now we're at 166. That stability back up. There we go. Tribal champion. What do we have? 20. I hate losing that. Loyalty's good. Character prominence, okay. Or we take away... I don't want to spend any oratory power. That's cheap for oratory, but oratory is the one that I really don't have anything to spare on. No scorned families. You are loyal and not really corrupt, so we'll put them in charge. Okay, now we have an unmarried ruler again without children. And that is our current ruler, and he is young, so we do want to do something about that. He is 38, so let's find somebody in his age. I still don't know what kind of impact you get from... Oh, okay, tribal chief. No, that's him. Great. he's frail. Okay, pause. Jeez. Stop having so many pop-ups in such a short time. So I still don't know what the impact is in the choice. You know, who you marry. What does it matter? Why? I know health matters, and we don't want that one. She's depressed. I mean, we could go a little bit younger than ourselves. We don't have to go crazy young. Or crazy old, for that matter. In fact, it's only given me characters age 32 and older, for some reason. How about somebody without corruption? And good loyalty. So I don't know if you get any sort of boost. She's got decent stats. Let's see. Devout, assertive, obsessive. And that's national citizen output if ruler. She's not the ruler, the husband is, right? So that shouldn't affect. Hopefully. So down to 4 disloyal provinces. You can see a couple of those are going to be cleared pretty soon. So a lot of good things happening here. Aggressive expansion back down to a 16. We do have oratory power to spend. Tech points better and better. It's coming along. As that aggressive expansion drops. Okay, let's continue to drop the aggressive expansion. Faster we bring that down, the quicker we can get back to war with someone else. I think it's time to enact a law, but it really depends on what we need. I don't mind something like an autocracy or democracy in order to move out of being tribal. I think we're pretty close to that point. So a monarchy or a republic. Can't afford that. Oof, that's handy, but no, can't afford it, so sorry. Gotta go with that option. I don't mind doing democracy in here and having that change. For one, you don't have the stability drops. It increases civilization. It would put us up over 50, which is a big, important mark for us. Freeman promotion cost goes down by 30%. Civilization change goes plus 0.1%. Primary culture happiness. And that would last for 15 years. Okay, same thing if we go for the autocracy. Now what's the ideas? You have plus 10% happiness to someone, plus 30% civilization. This one is all the ideas go +1. So what's it gonna take? Oh, we have to have civilization higher than 50. And absolute authority. Or increased council powers. And our city civilization level has to be above 50. There we go, there's that last level 7. Let's pause for a second. Let's see where we're at. Where's my capital? There it is. Close. Okay, they are getting really close to level 50, so this is something we can do pretty soon. Pretty soon. But it's maxed out at 47 right now. Positive centralization, we can bring that back up. It can bring us to about 48, but we're going to need 2 more marketplaces. Oh, we need the oratory advances. We don't have enough people for another building. So it doesn't say when I would get the next one. It doesn't say. So we need oratory advances times 2. And then we should be able to hit right about 50%. Do what we need. So we've got to hit about level 9, maybe level 10. And then we'll have it. Monthly war exhaustion, minus 0.02. Okay, not a big deal on that one, but it's something. Tech speed, plus 5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody gets a 5% boost. Sacrifice to the gods cost, minus 5%. And we're already about to break into the 8s. Both the Alpscrea and Sinonia, both about to join the list of loyal provinces. Treasury really low. Why is it a minus 10 all of a sudden? Something commerce-wise must be down. We're going to... Apparently I can't split you in half. Oh, that's why. Alright, let's get rid of the ones we can get rid of. That'll help a little. But we've still got way too much. Wow, we could almost wipe out this entire one. Split you in half. Oh, of course you. Okay, it's got to help some. But this is going really fast here. We just cut that in half, the deficit. Too many chariots, too many archers. Get rid of some of those. Remember, I've not had to recruit anyone for a very, very long time with all these clan chiefs. Okay, the deficit's down to 3 per month. Okay, I don't mind spending 50 military power. We have plenty of that, but we... Oh, lose centralization. No, I'd rather keep centralization. Local unrest minus 1. 5 years, but at the cost of stability, but I can replace it very cheaply. We have tons of religious power. Let's hope I didn't just make a big mistake with that, but that apparently was all it was to me. We'll see. We'll see if that's the case. If I understood that correctly. Aggressive expansion, nearly low enough, and we're back on the decisions here. Well, we need those 2 more levels. Okay, that's right. So we don't need to push those laws just yet, which means we could actually push other things. And we're low on characters again. 12-4 host. Oh, look at that. Now that was a large force. That must have been one of the clan retinues. I could essentially eliminate this entire army. None of them are loyal. Take care of our negative balance. I have plenty of troops left. Used up what I had. We'll see how close our budget is now, though. Hopefully it's closer, because we're down to 3, and we still have a negative balance of 2. Shoot. Really? You need to move out of there. Right there. Oh man, I hate having a negative balance. Come on, friends, neighbors, countrymen, Romans, lend me your ears. National commerce income, maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll flip it. Probably not, but maybe, you know. Oh, maybe this will, though. Civic advances, national commerce income. Nice. Research points, plus 10%. Ooh, there's a jump. National freeman output. Research is going to start moving a bit faster. Yeah, 0.79 now. 0.77, 0.81, 0.71. And yes, we have a positive balance. We have a positive balance. Folks, it's a miracle. We are making money, finally. Out of the red. Thank you, technology. That first level 8 in Civic really made a difference for us, finally, economically. It's boosting our research and boosting our commerce. Oh, hold on. Okay, closed court. We go from +1 clan chiefs to a -1. So actually, that's going to lose us 2 clan chiefs, which means we're not going to be having so many freaking cohorts added in all the time, which is going to lower that cost that I have. It will cost me 100 oratory power, which is a little less than what it normally costs. It's 125 normally. We lose 5 prominence, but we're going to gain some loyalty of one of these characters. I don't really want the closed court, though. Let's look at the law first. So, closed court. Where are you? Closed court. There it is. Okay, so these are our council. Oh, it's 225, and this is 100, right? So it's 125 cheaper, so it's way cheaper. Expanded council. Wow, they're actually not that loyal right now, but that's also because we had a recent change. I don't need max friends. The number of clan chiefs is +1 right now. That would change it to a -1. So we're literally flipping that by 2 from a +1 to a -1. But increased council powers drops tyranny, but takes away popularity. Now back onto the decisions. Increased council powers, closed court. What are we looking at for needed here? Okay, we can't have increase council powers if we're going to go to autocracy. But if we want a democracy, that's exactly what we need. Increased council powers. And I'm not sure how I'm supposed to have someone who's not a clan chief, which means we really have to push towards democracy anyway. So what we need is increased council powers. Plus the 2 more civilization level, which looks like it's coming from the oratory gains. So back to this, back to the laws. Dropping 2 clan chiefs is not necessarily a bad thing right now, even though ultimately what I need is the increased council powers. But it's at the cost of 100 oratory power. Or one of the clan chiefs loses loyalty. Oratory power is definitely not cheap. And really, I think I should be flipping towards the increased central council powers. The tyranny part's good. I can start doing things with that. And that puts us minus 0.14. Ruler popularity gain hurts, though. I don't know. I don't mind losing 2 clan chiefs, though. That's the thought here, is as a temporary measure. Drop 2 clan chiefs, and suddenly we're down to 3 other clan chiefs, and I'm not dealing with 1 million new cohorts. It lowers that number a bit, makes it a little easier to manage, and help the treasury balance. Let's do it. Apparently after they die, they don't get replaced. Yeah, clan chiefs is at 4 apparently. So we're only losing 1. Not sure how that works, but okay. Okay, it's something. Starting to think about kind of that next phase of the game. I'm not sure how well we're moving into that, you know? Alright, we again have some issues with some of these guys on their limits. 27. There's a 29. Go ahead and head over there. There's a 29. Head there. We have been insulted. In Subria. In Subria have insulted us. They're here as well. And they will need to be a target of ours, no? No, not necessarily. I don't think they own anything we need. Aggressive expansion back down to an 8.7. So very, very soon we can do something about that. However, the treasury needs a little help first. It's bouncing back, but... Wow, you are crazy big. A child is born. Our first child. Their ambition is to grow up. Kid was just born, he already wants to grow up. Boy, they're creating some large armies now that are constantly dealing with attrition. Luckily, it's not costing me any manpower, it's theirs. No, apparently not. It's costing me manpower. Alright, I think we are just about close enough now to begin a war action, as long as we get a gift first anyway. So it's time to start looking into it. Alright. Alright. Those are all loyal units besides a single chariot, so we are not doing away with this small army, and we need characters. We definitely need characters. They're both corrupt, that's not good. Okay. Attacking them would face a bunch of enemies. Monopia, no enemies, and they are only a level 9, so they're barely ahead of us in Martial. So that actually is not looking like a bad option at all. However, here's another one, Belvacia, where we could claim a good chunk of territory, and the Estonia are the only one coming with them. However, they are definitely at a higher level. Estonia's not. We've got a lot of cohorts though. But Belvacia, 100 cohorts, level 16. We can definitely match 100 cohorts. What did Monopia have? They have 100 cohorts, and they are on the brink of civil war. Ooh. They've already lost. That's one of the cities I need right here. It's more like the Calais area. We could be looking north here again. We're definitely not looking at that. That's a lot of enemies. Area, that little tiny one, and Sinonia. That would just be a quick cleanup job right here. Clean up these two cities. I don't actually need either of them, but I mean, we're talking about easy work to take those two cities and get virtually no aggressive expansion. So let's just do that. That's an easy cleanup job. And I've got enough oratory power to quickly turn around and do another war. Now they've got 30, but what is their morale? Their morale is very low. So we're going to get you in place, we're going to get you in place, we're going to get you in place. Up here. I'm going to have to turn up my morale as well. My morale is quite low. I'm not even turning on the fort maintenance for this one. Just the army maintenance. How bad's the negative? -10 per month. That's why we can't afford to do this for terribly long. Wait till March 1st. March 1st should be enough. Or March 4th. Yeah, they're both on low morale. Easy mop-up war. Low risk, low reward, but it's good. These guys are way higher level than us. But they have no morale. They got away. They got away. Okay, we got a quick stack wipe there. But I'm gonna have to get into action because those 5,000 got wiped. So I'm going to leave the 9,000 and move on with the 27,000. So we got 50,000 given chase, and their morale is still low. These guys can catch them, cut them off. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But they still have low morale, so already we're looking at we have a chance. And with 50,000 coming, these guys better be able to take care of the business here. We're looking at a 17% disadvantage. But we win anyway because of the morale boost. That also spreads them out. You guys chase this group. You guys are going to chase this group. Looks like this one's going to get caught out and wiped. And then we're down to just a small remaining force. There you go. There's that quick stack wipe, and it looks like they're just headed to the same area. So, head over here. Yes, they are. There you go. Stack wipe. Their forces are dealt with. Now we're going to deselect, and we're going to stay right there. You need to find a home yet again that can actually support you. And your large size supply-wise. There we go. We're going to just cruise through, finish this war off. There's one siege one. Ooh, I will take the oratory power. That is better than gold, even though we have a negative budget. We've got a deficit right now. But this war will be won soon. We'll be able to claim some gold while we're at it. Both cities will get taken. We're not going after Treveria. Not interested. There you go. That should do it. Sue for peace. Claim, and give me all your gold. 67 worth. It gives me just about barely a positive balance. But quick and easy. And we can steal some families while we're at it. Look into both, see what we can get. Not very loyal. Not loyal at all. Relatively low corruption. Eltivus. Elitavis. 15 family members, we'll take it. Alright, how about the other guys? No corruption. And very loyal. Same there. We've got 2 good options. 3 good options, really. They're all relatively good options. Tanny, though, a bit corrupt. But yeah, I like these guys. The Colchis. 16. We'll take them as well. And crucify the rest. So, 2 new families, 2 new cities. And an easy war. And we can go right back to the economy. Cut that maintenance back down. Cut that maintenance back down. Why did the fort maintenance turned itself on? Really? I could have turned you back down while that war was going on. They both gave us new forts, and I don't know if I want them both. Why don't we go ahead and get rid of this one? There's already one in the neighboring city. There's a gift, that helps. Holy cow, you are massive. Okay, I'd like to see, what are we, minus 0.76, that's plus 2. Yeah, that's not a big deal. We're good, we're still okay on balance. Ooh, an 11. I like that. You're not going to last long, though, and I'd much rather have you here. Yeah. Now we can put somebody decent here. Almond power. Yeah, that's fine. So, aggressive expansion, still pretty much non-existent. I mean, it's about where it started prior to that mini war, so 2 more cities. We've definitely got some families now to our name. Those cities really didn't help us, but I mean, it pushes us in the direction of 5 more cities slightly. It was just good business, easy business. Take what you can get when you can get it, especially when the cost is essentially nothing. So we'll look for our next target here briefly. Tigrinia, we really need to get them at some point because they have one of the cities we need, and it's the last we need to push that way. We don't need to push this way at all, so I won't be looking down there. Ooh, this has changed. This has definitely changed. Subria. Oh, that's a pretty large force, and you're gonna have and I don't think we need that. Let's see, where is our... It's here. That's the city we need here. And we needed one of these down here as well. And again, that's that revolt. That pushes us down in there and takes that one city we need right there. So I really do need to go to war here with the Nitrogetian revolt at some point. That's the problem with doing so. So I kind of need to get a war with them by association. And not declare with them directly. But Monopia... Oh, okay. Monopia might be that next target. Or Belovicia. That could be an easier one, because then it can open the doorway to going further with Monopia. And that's probably the better option. Got some cohorts, they've got some tech. They are well beyond us. Let's hit that next martial advancement before we push too much further. So that's coming pretty soon. That level 8 could definitely make a difference for us, depending on what it gives us anyway. And we'll see. Meanwhile, here's the score. We're number 1. Number 1 now. So in terms of gameplay, we've done the most with the least. We've got a long ways to go yet. We're just about even on balance now these days. Rome turned a little bit east and trying to head towards Greece. I like that. Please don't head to me, because they are the real threat looming at some point. I think we're going to need to be Gaul before we can ever take on Rome. We're going to need to be that democracy that we're not too far off from becoming before we can take on Rome. I think those couple things are definitely going to happen, and we're going to need a lot of tech before that can happen. However, last I saw, Rome was actually still relatively low on tech. Are they still that way now? They're catching up. They're going a little bit faster now, but 13 is still not bad. It looks like we can get our next military tradition. For Virginia, let's deal with this right away. Get you back up. There we go. But military tradition. We'll end this episode with a new military tradition. We have light cavalry costs. Archers morale, chariot discipline, light. Those are both really good. The light cavalry doesn't mean anything to me, but those are certainly good. I think I need to finish off this tree, this part of the tree, before we move on to that side. And we haven't really touched the middle one. There's a few good ones at the end of it. Oh, why did I do that? That was dumb, by the way. We're going to end this episode on a dumb note. I'm going to call myself out, and that's why. Military tradition cost minus 25%. There you go. I'm an idiot. Get caught up in the moment, you forget things sometimes. Trireme discipline, useless. We have no navy. Siege engineers +1. Okay, that's something. Heavy infantry cost minus 10%. That should lower our expenses a little bit, so that'll help the economy. So we're at an 8,877. Essentially everything went up one level during this episode, and kind of exactly where we were before. Big difference though is our research points have gone about +50 from where we were at the end of the episode, and actually maybe even more. We're going to continue to bring down the aggressive expansion instead of the research points, because we are absolutely looking to grow here at the very beginning of the next episode. We're going to try to grow this way, and then we're going to try to go after Monopia. We'll take all of this area and then kind of push in. Well, it depends, city-wise. What can we get? How can we get it? But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to record. Rear one, replace the other, and we got 2 new families. Ooh, hello. You are good. But I think I should put you into a more prominent role, so we're going to go for this guy. Bye for now.